Hi friends, welcome back to Playing Tribute to Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Path, fan translation, where I can just start like this. I didn't have to save or pick up from the save state. I could just go right in as if it saved the game for me, so that was cool. I can carry on as usual. Last time, there was an assassination attempt at the president of Zheng Fa. One of his bodyguards is dead. The other one has been held up by the assassin himself, which I'm kind of confused as why Shelley the Killer is helping us. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. So, we're gonna see what happens. Let's just jump right into it. The death of the bodyguard, Ethan Rook, and the arrival of Shelley the Killer. A new development in this case has come to light. Under Knightley's direction, the door of the president's plane was opened. After the paramedics attending Mr. Rook left, we set foot inside the plane, one by one. So there's Rook. It almost... I don't know, I'm confused. Because it kind of looks like he was killed there, but that can't be right? Like, if he died, if he was shot, unless he was just like, he was on the ground and bleeding out or whatever when they rushed him inside, when they rushed the president inside. I guess we'll find out what's going on. Oh my, where would the president be? Who knows? It seems he's just behind that door. Still a coward, I see. You think he'd just show himself in front of a hitman? Haha, not a chance. Didn't I tell you already? My purpose here is simply to investigate the case. Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, we await your examination of the body. Right. Now I have no choice but to obey and continue the investigation. The rest is up to Detective Gumshoe. I'm counting on you. The attempted assassination of the president became the murder of a bodyguard. Looks like you could use some help, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I don't deny it, but... See, exactly! If that's the case, then it can't be helped. Just leave it to the great thief Kay Faraday. Right, so you're saying you can solve this case? Nope! Said with such certainty. Instead, I'll stick to being your support. Right, let's get straight to the investigation. Okay, I guess that was just her saying that she's my assistant now. We need to buy time for the police to prepare. I need to draw out this investigation for as long as I can. Examine everything. 2 gas masks lay on the table ready to protect against poison gas attacks. The president seems to be quite fearful of assassinations. So this is the rumored gas mask. It's my first time seeing the real thing. Rumored? Among great thieves? No, the Jam and Ninja, the children program. During Princess Viola's wedding ceremony, the poison-tongued ninja Saman Cowell? I should stop listening to her so seriously. It never seems to pay off. It's an inflatable lifeboat with an oar sitting on top. Looks like it's ready to be used at any time. Hey! There's only one oar! Well, I guess you could try to paddle with your hands. Next to the riot shield, there's a canary in a cage. Oh, it's so cute! I want to be my partner. Partner? Of course! It can help me open locks and do other odd jobs at the crime scene. A great thief should always use nature to her advantage. I've heard of canaries being used to detect poison gas. Don't tell me. Started life preserver rests against the table. It's an essential life-saving tool. I suppose this is a precaution in case someone accidentally falls into the ocean. The ocean, huh? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, how about we go together sometime? If you want to go, just go by yourself. Aw, don't be such a party pooper. Let's go visit the ocean. Think about the hot dogs and the shaved ice. It'll be delicious. You just want to go to the ocean to eat. You can eat anywhere, woman. The internal and external views of the plane are being monitored by these monitors. Oh, it's actually helpful to be looking at this. Okay, cool. Well, this one isn't monitoring anything. What's that? These monitors show the cockpit and the aircraft's exterior. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. If you say so. What's this? This monitor shows what's happening in this room. And they've got some pretty good tech. If that's so, I don't know how much about these types of things. I don't know much about these types of things. It even captures the fine lines around your eyes, Mr. Edgeworth. Oops, my bad. Those are the usual wrinkles on your forehead. Okay. Is that all you wanted to say? What is this? Yeah, exactly. What's this thing? Oh, that's the president's precious stuffed animal. I don't really get it, but it's some kind of keepsake. Don't touch it. Precious. That's unexpected. Hey, kinda looks like there's been a break-in. Indeed. The area it stands on does look a bit unnatural. Are those glass shards underneath the stuffed animal? There's a natural empty space. Perhaps... is there another monitor here? Oh, I thought I was looking at something, like, zoomed in on a screen. That's a shelf. That's just a thing. Okay. I thought it was showing me something on a monitor. Okay, we're good here. Just double check what we just got. One monitor's missing. Okay. Alright. And the president is beyond the store, perhaps? The president is just beyond the store. The store? I'm getting a sense that it's challenging me. Okay, there's no need to feel challenged by a door. But look at how big it is! And all those electronic locks! It's challenging me to unlock it. Calm down and think it over. What is the purpose of a key? What is the purpose? To unlock treasure? That's right, it's to unlock treasure. Was that the right answer? I don't understand what just happened there. Hey, how's it going, buddy? It ain't me. I'm just a journalist. All I wanted was a scoop. I'll never kill nobody. Well, you still haven't told us why you concealed the parka from us. Well, that's because I thought y'all would get suspicious. Is that really the only reason? You gotta believe me, Mr. Prosecutor. I didn't do nothing. I won't tell you not to worry, but there's no need to be overly frightened. If you truly are innocent, I swear I will prove it. Yeah! My mentor does believe in me. For the last time, Swift, I am not your mentor. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. You'll always be my second mentor. That's not quite what I meant. Alright, let's examine this body. Or should we talk? Let's talk. I have high hopes for you. Please ensure you do not disappoint me. How is your investigation progressing? There's no need for concern. It is proceeding smoothly. You remember how much I detest betrayal. All too well. I thought you would. So please, don't do anything you'll regret. I've no choice but to obey him for now. This is nuts. I'm being used to get an assassin into the president's plane. If it didn't enter the plane, the investigation would have come to an end. You're not fooling anyone. I know what you're after. I believe I've already said that my only interest is the nature of Fook's death. But what about the person who hired you to assassinate the president? Perhaps you've forgotten. I have no intent to carry out a job I deem futile. Very well. Let's continue the investigation. Splendid. I have the utmost faith in your abilities, Mr. Prosecutor. Cool. Okay. We've got a bullet hole. We've got a gun in his hand. And a wall? No, that's just like a part of a chair. Yeah, okay. And then, of course, his briefcase. bulletproof attaché case, which is a tool bodyguards use to protect themselves from bullets. It can be seen in Kay's photo. He was protecting himself on that side. Interesting. Wait, if the killer came from the left... Seems Rook and Knightley both had one. Where's his gun? Where's his gun? And also, how is the bullet hole on his left side if the killer shot from the angle that we're looking at right now? Ah! That's the scene I stole on film! Yeah? You didn't do anything illegal in taking this. Anywhere, anytime, I'm always in the mood to steal. You just wanted to use the word steal, didn't you? Have I been caught? Okay, yeah, so I have questions about this bullet hole. Oh my goodness. Okay. The bullet pierced his body just below his armpit. Fortunately, he was hit in an area his bulletproof vest didn't cover. It really seems like a well-aimed shot. The cause of death was most likely blood loss. The bleeding has stopped. The paramedics were called to treat Mr. Rook, right? I'm afraid they didn't make it in time. Okay, so the bullet passed through his body. That's important. Seems the victim also carried a gun. Did he try to shoot something? He may have drawn it out instinctively to return fire. We need to check and see if the gun has fired any bullets. It's still fully loaded. There's no evidence of any shots being fired. This gun is also from Zhengfa, right? Yeah. We were always issued the same model revolver. Okay. Alright. Victim is Ethan Rook. He was the president's bodyguard. After hearing the gunshots, he immediately evacuated the president into the plane. He gave up his life to fulfill his duties. Does this mean he'll receive a posthumous promotion? Okay, there's no need for forced comments. How'd you know? Bodyguards don't follow that promotion system. Alright, let's double check and make sure. Yeah, okay, we're good. Alright, logic? Let's see what we've got. Premeditated crime. Oh, it's a 6-shot revolver, and that's a 6-shot revolver. These two guns, they're the exact same model. These guns came from Zhengfa. Looks like all the bodyguards are provided with guns from Zhengfa. Indeed. Are those guns rare? No, not particularly. They're not easy to obtain domestically, but it isn't impossible either. What? I thought they might be treasure. Yes, it is unfortunate. Mr. Edgeworth, are you talking about treasure? Not quite. If it was a rare model, it would have been easier to identify. Even evidence can become treasure. I see. Even during your investigations, you search for treasure. Well, I didn't quite say that. Okay, let's investigate. Where's the treasure? And suddenly, she's motivated. where's the treasure? Oh, look, I can move like this. Where's the treasure? What's going on here? Oh, well, look at that. What is this thing? Strange decoration based off some strange animals staring at me with strange eyes. There's a lever on the statue. See right here on its butt. And that would be most unforgivable. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. The lever most likely operates a trapdoor underneath my feet. And that hatch is actually a pitfall trap. I hope you understand it would be in your best interest not to pull that lever. When the killer talks about your best interests, it would be wise to do as he says. What is this? It's a collection of colorful personal security alarms. They all seem to have been used before. The president, he sure is a nice guy. He bought these security alarms to protect his wife and kids. And then why would he leave them all here? It's obvious that they're for his own personal use. Objection! A single person can't carry that many security alarms. Because a person only has 2 hands. That objection is worth 0 points. Penalty. Okay, there's the bullet hole in the... That's a heavy-looking vest. The president's clothes must be made from some special fabric. Indeed. It's to protect against bullets. Wow! It even does that? Naturally. It's a bulletproof vest, after all. Oh, was it the president's? Was the president shot? I mean, did the bullet make contact with the president? Ah, so that's what it is. This is the first time I've seen one. You could have said something earlier. That really surprised me. Are these some kind of official documents? I know it's a bit rude, but let's take a peek inside. This seems to be a security plan. Undercover agents keep an eye on the audience. The president is our top priority. We must be able to repel any attack from the lake. So, Rook and Knightley have switched places. So why did they switch places, though? That's the question. Ah, this looks like the one we found earlier in the trash can. Yes, it does, but... what's this? Something seems out of place. So, Rook is over there, not Knightley. Also, undercover agents were keeping an eye on the audience. Eureka! What's this? The details of the security plans were changed? Eh? Ah, you're right! Yeah, that's right. It was changed yesterday. President's orders. Why the sudden change? Because 2 days ago, the killer attacked the president. He disguised himself as a bodyguard. Rook was first to notice. He'd already gotten close to the president. Rook managed to stop him just in the nick of time. Oh, that's how he injured his neck, I guess. Rook grabbed his left arm and twisted it. And then he fired one bullet square into his left arm. What were you doing at the time, Mr. Knightley? I was... if I remember correctly, the first person I took out that day was you. Oops, was that a touchy subject? Shut up. So back then... neck injury has yet to heal and you've already forgotten. Since that day I haven't been able to turn my head right. To think that I would suffer an injury. Even Rook. I can say he was the most capable individual. Unlike this man here. What's so different about me and Rook? I believe you're about as different as Pawn and the Queen. What? So you remembered Rook's name because he was highly capable. Correct. While disguised as a bodyguard, I happened to hear his name. There was no way I could forget that name. Only a select few have ever been able to injure me. So this was the connection to killer was talking about. Okay. Security arrangements were changed, so that the killer would not be able to sneak in as a bodyguard again. Only the president's two most trusted subordinates would accompany him on the stage. In short, me and Rook. Okay, so... It appears your positions were also changed, probably because of how he can move his neck. Yeah, that's crazy. They took down the security. That's true. He's now on the right side. Because I can't turn my head to the right. My position got changed to the president's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage. Plans were altered so you could stand on the right side. I think that's it. Let's make sure. Yeah, okay. So, logic time. Logic. I'm just like push K to the side. Okay, alright. Let's, okay. Remount of time. It's on the right side. I think this is, Rook's. Yeah. 2 bullets were fired. We know that from the number of gunshots. One hit the steel samurai balloon, and the other took Rook's life. But didn't the bullet also hit the president's bulletproof vest? Right, it doesn't match up with the number of shots. However, there is one way to solve this. One way? The bullet that stole Rook's life pierced through his body, and then hit the vest. In other words, Rook and the president were hit by the same bullet. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, so the vest was the president's. I think that's what, yeah, the vest, okay, the vest was the president, it was not Rook's. Rook's vest is on him right now. They were actually correct in assuming that that vest was the president's. It went through Rook's body and then hit the president. Which means, again, oh wait, no. Okay, so then it was from the left side of the audience still. Okay. Yeah. I see. That's right. It'd be dangerous if he hadn't worn that bulletproof vest. Is the president alright? Even while wearing a bulletproof vest, you can still get injured. Also, where was the, We don't have a picture of that. We don't have a picture of where the bullet hit. I think it was, like, in the rib, though. Yeah, the bullet's impact could still fracture your bones. But don't worry, he's fine. The president's trained himself like no other. Also, he had, like, a very tight-fitting suit and lots of muscles, so I'm not quite sure. Maybe the president didn't even need a bulletproof vest. I think that might be pushing it. I'd like to examine the bullets. There's a chance there may still be ballistic markings. Ballistic markings? What's that? Ballistic markings are always left on the bullet. Each gun leaves a different marking. So if they examine the ballistic markings, they'll know which gun the bullet was fired from. You could say they're like the gun's fingerprints. I get it now! Let's investigate right away! I think that'd be difficult. The bullet was completely flattened when it hit the bulletproof vest. There's no way you could investigate the ballistic markings. What? I wanted to investigate them. Ah, there it is. Okay, yeah, so it's right in the ribs. I'm still confused about the killer here. Yeah, no kidding. Why are you even here, man? Okay. Now then, I've grown weary of this investigation. Still no sign of Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Prosecutor, have you uncovered the truth yet? No, not yet. I see. In that case, would you like to speak with someone who is involved in the incident? Someone involved in the incident. He's trying to get to the president, say no. You mean... Is that not one more witness? Just behind those doors. Of course, the president himself. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, please take the doors and summon the witness here. There's no chance I'm letting that happen. You think you can just summon the president like a witness in court? Ha! Mr. President, I'm sure you are watching all this through your security cameras. Would you kindly grace us with your presence? That is if you value your bodyguard's life. I mean, I hate to sound harsh, but he is the bodyguard. And Rook has already shown the fact of the bodyguard's job. I mean, it's sad, it's terrible, it's awful, but that is their job to protect him with their life. So I don't see, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Grr. Yeah, that's about right. That about covers it. Is he gonna come out? Guess not. I don't know, he might come. I see. Mr. President, what sort of man leaves another to die on his behalf? His approval ratings were bad, right? Like, that's why he's fearing an assassination. But, like, he's in charge of his country, too. I don't... This is a really difficult decision that he would have to make. Mr. President! Stop it! Take it easy! Hey! Still nothing. Come on, Detective Gumshoe. Ah! What? The lights! My apologies, Mr. Prosecutor, but I wouldn't try anything for you. It seems I am unable to reach the president, even with Mr. Knightley's life. Stop! Ah! Okay, to killer you. However, I have already seen the truth. Where is he? I leave the rest in your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. Well, I guess he solved the case. Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Ouch. Did I pass out? Mr. Edgeworth, thank goodness you're safe. Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay? Okay, what about you? I just woke up myself. My head's throbbing a bit, but it's no big deal. Detective Gumshoe, what happened to the killer? Miss Swift came running out of the plane. She told us the killer made a run for it, but... we were too late, sir. We heard from that bodyguard, and that the emergency lifeboat over there had been stolen. He's probably at the other side of the lake by now, sir. Didn't you seal off the park? The police were all called back to surround the plane. Right now, there's no one guarding the opposite shore. That means he succeeded in giving us the slip. Sure seems that way, sir. And he's out again. The killer will never be caught. Mr. Prosecutor, Horace Knightley, it seems you also had a narrow escape? Yeah, that punk. Come to think of it, we found this near where you fell, sir. This is the killer's calling card. Looks like a message from him. He always leaves this card next to his victim's body. But you're not dead, sir. Perhaps this signifies something similar to a killing. Which reminds me, the last thing he said still bothers me. I've already seen the truth. He solved the case. Now it's our turn to solve it. Seen the truth? What did he mean? Yeah, it's safe now. What was that? The president will be making his entrance now. The president? Kind of reminds me a little bit of Will Powers, the big mane. This man is the president of Zhengfa, Dijun Huang. You are? It's an honor to meet you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor. I am Dijun Huang. I have heard of your deeds. You saved my country from a great crisis. So you're referring to the Hitgarasu case? I was simply solving a murder, nothing more. Such modesty. I have been observing your investigation. An astounding performance, despite allowing the killer to get away. Thank you very much. Who was watching for the security cameras? However, I regret it ends here. What do you mean? Heed my words, foolish prosecutor. You should have already been informed by Knightley. This investigation will be handed over to the esteemed police force of Zhengfa. Not to killers, I only intend to take over the investigation. Hey, pal, what are you doing? And what's with that attitude? It's because of the killer and Mr. Edgeworth that... Enough, Detective. Mr. President, I cannot agree to this. Why must this investigation be handed over to your country's police? Why, you say? Know your place, puny prosecutor. Must I explain my actions? Nay, I think not. You shall hand over all the evidence you have found so far and leave this plane at once. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, be a good boy and do as you're told. I cannot resist any longer. Well, that's unfortunate. Ah, that's painful. No, my beautiful evidence, it's all gone. Why won't he allow me to investigate this case any further? Now then, would you kindly take your leave? Knightley, place the suspect under firm restraint. Come on in, Mr. President. An attempt on my life, the murder of my subordinates. Such evil, such sin! I didn't kill nobody! I swear! Shut your trap, lady. You dare question me? You dare strain this world with deceit? Shall we pardon this sin? Nay, absolutely not. It is most unforgivable. My reasons being... There's no mistake. The president is hiding something. But hasn't it already been declared that Shelley the killer was the assassin? If I turn back now, the truth will be lost forever. Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing you can do? I remember countless times I faced this dilemma in the courtroom. The lies of the witness, the rebuttals of the defense. I did not always have evidence to counter them. Nonetheless, I was still able to draw out the truth from them. That's right. My words alone are my weapons. Logic chess? Logic chess. Okay, here we go. Now then, let's analyze the situation. Leave this place at once. It's a direct order from the president himself. It's not even listening. Any rebuttal I give, he cuts off. And he has that forceful attitude. I'll need to watch the situation carefully. My opponent is the president of Shengfa. I don't think I'll show any weaknesses easily. His words may be overbearing, but I need not be intimidated. If I observe his behavior closely, I should be able to read his emotions. First, I'll start by asking about his reasons for taking over the investigation. Now let's begin. A good opening line will put me at an advantage. Who's taking over the investigation? Please, allow me to confirm something about the investigation. Nay! I do not recall granting you permission to speak. I am the president of Zhengfa. You will not talk back to me. I'm not talking back. I am simply asking for confirmation. This investigation will be taken over by the police of your country. Is that correct? Exactly. That is all I will say. Restrain yourself from making any more unnecessary comments. This first case, it's obvious whether to say wait and see or I won't restrain myself. It's like, but I have a feeling it's going to get harder. And that there are going to be times that it gives me that choice when I'm not supposed to wait and see. That I'm supposed to actually do it. That's enough. Being on this plane is tantamount to being on my country's soil. You cannot do as you please. This plane. Is there something significant about this place? I should remember this clue. I'd like you to explain your reasons for depriving us of our right to investigate. Impudent fool, hold your tongue! There is no reason that should be enough for an explanation for you. Perhaps that clue may be useful here. Gathering from what you've said so far, does that forceful attitude of yours have something in connection to this place? Excellent. Earlier you said that being on this plane is like being in your country. From those words I was able to deduce the answer. Namely, that is, your wish to claim extraterritorial rights inside this plane, am I correct? More politics. That's enough. I shall brook no insolence. Your words are forceful, but I cannot overlook them. He was talking about emotions, so I could see that he was nervous and sweating. He was not giving that forceful tone. I think that was the cue there. The moment I mentioned extraterritorial rights, your face grew pale. Plus it gave me the hint of the chess piece. I think I'm somewhat understanding what's happening here. I wonder if they play chess a lot in Japan. In light of your brazen courage, I shall grant you an answer. That's right, I am claiming extraterritorial rights inside this plane. However, what does that change? You are still powerless. There is nothing you can do about it. I see. Under international law, the plane would be considered part of Zhengfa. How convenient. If he wishes to stake this claim, then I shall question its validity. Round 2. The next move will decide the outcome. He may be the president, but there is a hole in his logic. Let me break it wide open. Is your claim valid? Challenge the validity of your claim of extraterritorial rights. I have a feeling that I was supposed to do the other one. Do you truly understand what it is you're saying? Of course, and I stand by it. You dare doubt my words. You have no shame. I'm not ready yet. Such irredeemable ignorance troubles me greatly. There's no need to worry. I do not need to be saved. It is Miss Swift whom I wish to save from these false charges that you have laid against her. Admire your tenacity. However, your wish is unattainable. The extraterritoriality laws are unshakable. This plane is Zhengfa territory. Please proceed with silent questioning. Yep, that's what I figured. Alright. You're being too forceful, buddy. Permit me to say this. Don't you feel that your actions are too forceful? Who asked for your opinion? All you need to do is obey. Dude, chill. Forceful is the wrong word. It's authority, leadership. So you arrested Miss Swift because you felt you had the authority to do so? Yes, that girl is a criminal. There's no room for dispute. I'm gonna dare. Haven't you realized it yet? I have you cornered. Oh, no, I don't. Nonsense. You're just wasting my time with pointless chatter. Okay, so that's what happens. I must not be intimidated by his words. If I observe his behavior closely, I should be able to read his emotions. Okay, you're being too forceful. Wait and see. Oh yeah, he was so being forceful. I should have waited and see. The shooting took place outside the plane. Only she could have done it. Aha, that's it. The shooting occurred outside of the plane. This could be a very important clue. There we go. The claim is not valid. If you truly understand what you're saying, of course, and I stand by it. You have no shame. Forceful. Posture helps. It's time to use the clue. Indeed, I do not question your extraterritorial rights inside this plane. However, you just claimed that the shooting took place outside the plane. Yes, it didn't happen inside the plane. Extraterritorial laws do not apply. Your claim has fallen apart, Mr. The rest is invalid. Impossible! To be bested by a mere prosecutor. I am the president! Checkmate, Mr. President. That's kind of fun. Mr. President, will you allow us to continue with our investigation? I yield. I will allow it. My heart is generous. My heart is tolerant and merciful. Therefore, as such, certainly, thus we shall, blah blah. It is our duty for a most noble cause. Gentlemen, now is the time. I, the president of Zhengfa, for the sake of the investigation. This guy sure likes beating around the bush. Knightley, we have received the president's permission. Could you return our evidence? Here. All the evidence is back in this beautiful array. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth! Indeed. Now we can resume the investigation. It's funny how happy you are just because I gave you your precious pieces back. Now let's see how well you use them. Pay attention then. Here's my next move. Mr. President, may I make one more request of you? Would you please testify about the moment of the incident? Testify. Hey, hold on a sec. That's your next move? Isn't it the sort of thing you'd leave to the courts? Naturally, it's courtroom procedure. However, I'd still like to hear what he has to say. If he refuses to cooperate with the investigation, he will have to give a clear reason. Is there something wrong? Knightley, stand down. I shall grant the honorable prosecutor's request. I thank you for your cooperation. Now, heed my words. He does beat around the bush and talk a lot, though, so we'll see how this goes. Where was I when the incident occurred? Ah, yes, the stage. Then, Rook and Knightley suddenly appeared and stood in front of me. After that, I heard gunshot and a red balloon bursting. And so, those two attempted to escort me into the plane. Then, the second gunshot. The bullet pierced through Rook's body and struck my bulletproof vest. If that's the case, then the president's a victim too, right? It was an assassination attempt. Mr. Rook just happened to get caught up in it, unfortunately. But isn't it strange? Why would the victim want to interrupt the investigation? Of course, if this becomes public, it would cause problems. I see. There's still some deep, dark secret behind this case, right? Certainly the president, and perhaps Knightley too, know of this secret. Without fail, I shall reveal it for all to see. It's getting all political again. Yeah, there's no question about that. Suddenly appeared and stood in front of me.
Hold it!
Before the gunshot? Did you realize there was a shooter when they appeared in front of you? What was I doing at that time? Yes, the speech. During my speech, I was in the euphoric state. A state of nothingness and enlightenment. Euphoric state, a state of nothingness and enlightenment. So, you got nervous and you blanked out? Nay, I have not forgotten a single occurrence that transpired during my speech. When Rook and Knightley appeared in front of me, I was surprised. After that, I heard a gunshot and a red balloon bursting. Hold it! A red balloon. You try my patience, prosecutor. That was not my intention. I just want to make sure your recollections are reliable. There were balloons on both sides of the stage, swelling red in the cloudy sky, as laid out in security plan. Security plans? Ah, the one from the bag. Interesting. Okay, hold on. Okay. Doesn't really say much there. They stepped in front of me just before the balloon burst. Talking about the steel samurai balloon, right? This thing? I mean, it is red. Part of it is. So those two attempted to land the plane. Attempted to escort you? What actually happened? That's right, attempted. Rook and Knightley raised their attaché cases. That's the moment shown in his photo. They led me toward the plane. What happened after the second gunshot? Pitiful prosecutor, if you do not know that much, you are not fit for duty. What's that supposed to mean? I grow wary of needless repetition. It should be obvious. Even you should know the path of the second bullet. When the bullet hit, what condition was the victim in? Oh, it was truly a man among men. Still groaning from the bullet's impact, he grabbed hold of me and dashed into the plane. So you entered the plane along with the victim. I am to be protected. Rook was to protect me. That was his role. He speaks firmly, but it feels like he's just dodging the question, sir. He's a president. That's to be expected. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. Since he's also a victim, he wouldn't have a reason to lie, sir. So what he said shouldn't be nothing but the truth. On the contrary, there's one point that stands out to me as odd. How do you recall the state of the crime scene? Really? Show me the evidence. I should review it one more time. I think this is it. Okay. I've read balloon burst. I'm afraid that's not the case. What? Please have a look at this piece of evidence. Can you see what has burst? This is... Exactly. It's the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo, Tokyo. You do well to remember this. If you wish to win the support of this nation's people. And don't forget the rival show, the Jam Ninja. The balloon that was ruptured by the bullet was no ordinary red balloon, but a Steel Samurai balloon. But according to the plans, there should have been 2 red balloons. It says so right here in the security plan. It certainly looks like there are only 2 round balloons drawn here. Knightley, what is the meaning of this? Explain at once. Yes, sir. Steel Samurai balloon was the last-minute replacement. Replacement. And that's when we were told. Seems that the information didn't make it to the president. We ran into a little trouble during setup last night. One of the balloons that we had prepared burst. So you scrambled to find a replacement? Exactly. We just happened to run into a guy manning a stand at the park. He said he'd lend us the Steel Samurai balloon. He was kind of a poser. Stand, Steel Samurai balloon, and poser. Do we feel like we know what who he was? We pumped air into its red samurai pants to create a makeshift balloon. So the Steel Samurai's balloon looked just like an ordinary red balloon. Is that what you mean? Knightley, why was I not informed of this? Sir, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't think it was important enough to report. Couldn't you tell by just looking at it? I did not notice it. So you mistook the Steel Samurai's pants for an ordinary balloon. Was there a reason why you made that mistake? Oh! What now? A moment, please. I just remembered now. I could not see the balloon very well. You couldn't see it? Exactly. At the time, the wind was strong. The flags on the stage were fluttering wildly, and they obstructed my view. The flags. You not see the flags that were set up on both sides of the stage? Due to the strong wind, they were waving about just like this. Oh, what? That changes the trajectory of the bullet. Because didn't we have, like, the two X's? It was here and here, and that's how we, like, lined it up here. But if it was here and here... So strong wind was blowing at the time of the incident. The flags were fluttering wildly. Is there a problem with that? Yes, there is a problem. President Huang, you have my gratitude. Your testimony has helped uncover a new contradiction. Contradiction, you say? Yes, one that turns the very foundation of this case on its head. During my investigation, there was no wind at the crime scene, so the flags remained still. However, the flags were actually fluttering in the strong wind. This completely changes the meaning of that piece of evidence. You see, because it was like this, but now it's like... Wait. Wouldn't that put it right next to him?
Take that!
The gunshot rang out during the president's speech. The bullet struck the balloon and also pierced through the national flag. I had previously deduced the bullet's trajectory using these facts. The assassin fired the bullet from the left side of the audience area. And that's where the bag was found, though, too, so I wonder if they'll explain that later. However, if the flags were fluttering about like so, my reasoning changes. Since the flag's position has changed. And that makes sense, too, because he was shot, so it would be a straight line to all of them. So it could have still been two shots, but two shots... Oh, wait. I don't know. Correct. The bullet's trajectory must also change. And if we trace the trajectory of the bullets, we can tell who fired the shot. But, Mr. Edgeworth, that person is... Indeed. I still don't understand why. However, it can be none other than him. Are we saying Knightley? Or are we saying the president? The person who shot the balloon was none other than you, Horse Knightley. What? Connect the bullet holes in the balloon and the flag, and the line points to you. But that guy's one of the president's bodyguards. But I also noticed this. Where his hand is hidden. And he could be holding his gun there, whereas his gun isn't apparent yet. I was noticing that last time whenever we were looking at that picture. I don't remember whether I said anything out loud while I was noticing that, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself. Why would he have shot the Steel Samurai balloon, sir? Preposterous. I agree with the detective. There's no reason. Are you saying Knightley, who has saved my life on numerous occasions, is an assassin? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I've had enough to hear with you. My job is to protect the president. Knightley, control yourself. Sorry, sir. Prosecutor, indeed the wind was strong during my speech. However, the wind strength can change very quickly. Evidence shows evidence that the flag was flying at the moment of the gunshot. Oh, well, that's from the picture. The gunshot occurred in the moment the president raised his fist to the sky. The evidence that shows this moment is... Do I have something that shows the state of the flag? Yes, I do. There's a picture.
Take that!
The evidence is in this photo. Interesting. And where is this photo exactly? Yeah, you can see it.
Take that!
Don't you see? The fluttering flag can be seen in this photo. No. There's no mistaking that the flags were flying at the moment of the incident. So then it really was that guy who shot the balloon. And that would mean Mr. Knightley is the assassin. Of course Knightley is. No, because the killer is, right? We've already proved that. Of course Knightley is not the assassin. The only thing he shot was a balloon on the opposite side of the president. He wasn't aiming at the president. Why then? Why was it necessary for me to do a thing like that? Depending on your answer, I might take aim at your pretty little head. Why was it necessary? I presume the reason is connected to the one thing that's felt out of place. What's the thing that felt out of place? The one who shot the balloon was the president's bodyguard, Knightley. Right side. See, firing back. That fact will change the entire viewpoint of this case. The gun wasn't fired twice. His gun was fired once. Why was Knightley's position changed? Can't turn my head to the right. My position got changed to the president's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage. Is that really the only reason? If the plans had not changed, and Knightley remained on the left side of the stage, Knightley can't turn his head to the right. Would he have been able to aim at the balloon on the left side of the stage? Security plans are altered so that Knightley could shoot the balloon. If that's the case... Yeah, that's right, it was changed yesterday. President's orders. The security plans were changed from the president's orders. Why does he want to shoot the balloon? I'm not understanding this. In other words, the president knew about the balloon being shot. He knew about the attempt on his own life. If you think about it that way, everything that's been out of place is beginning to add up. Why was the assassin able to get a gun past such tight security? Why was the assassin wearing a conspicuous red hood? Why did they use a laser sight that would so easily reveal their location? And why was the president so calm after being shot? This was the truth that the president and his subordinates tried to conceal. There can only be one reason why Knightley fired the gun. The entire assassination was a setup. Eh? Huh? How dare you? Do you seriously understand what you're implying with this? Of course I understand. In fact, now I understand everything. Mr. President, you wish to take the investigation rights from me. That was always so you could conceal the real truth. How dare you mock me with those spurious allegations? Mock you? That was not my intention. I simply used logic to uncover the truth. That is all. Knightley fired the first shot in order to rupture the balloon. Hearing the gunshot and the sound of the balloon bursting, the audience began to panic. This was followed by one more shot. Wait, one more shot? Yes, Knightley turned toward the balloon and pulled the trigger a second time. The second gunshot was also fired by Knightley, to create the illusion of the second shot hitting the president. So what about the bullet that hit the president's bulletproof vest? What if that bulletproof vest had been prepared in advance? What's the matter, Mr. President? Afraid of facing a little bullet? That's not true. I was definitely shot. If we examine the bullet in your vest, it would answer the question for us. Will we find Rook's blood on that bullet? But the person in the red hood who shot me in that photo. Aren't you listening, Mr. President? On the bullet's trajectory, the one who fired the shot must have been Knightley. Then Nicole, she too was part of the president's plan. She was to bear the blame and become the false assassin. The red-hooded figure. I don't know how much of the plan Miss Swift knew beforehand. However, she didn't fire the gun. All she did was aim the laser pointer at the president's head. That's right! Once the crowd began to panic, you would turn your pocket inside out, and thus the red-hooded figure vanished. After that, you discarded the gun and security plan in the trash. And the illusion of the assassin, vanishing like a ghost, was complete. And with the assassin gone, the case would go unsolved, pal. Yes, that was what he hoped for. That's why he wouldn't let Mr. Edgeworth investigate the case. Exactly. All of this was a publicity stunt from a lying president. But you... But what about Rook? You are wrong. He revealed his true form. The assassination is a lie, isn't it? The chief, why did he have to pick you? This should not have happened.
Objection!
Well played, Mr. Prosecutor. Knightley? I'm speaking with the presidents now, thank you very much. You're a chess player. You know knights always try to protect their king. So shut up. Now. Are you threatening me, Mr. Knightley? What's with this guy? I'm sorry, I went over the top there. But on to business. As my first move, I want to ask you a question. You say I fired a gun at the stage, right? But I should have been caught. The entire audience was watching me. I see. Now it's my move. You used a certain object to prevent the spectators from seeing you. A certain object. Yeah, I already mentioned this. His hand was hidden behind the attaché case. Exactly. I'd like you to have a look at the photo Kay took. Way to steal the truth, Kay. You did it. Right hand's completely hidden by the case. This photo captures the exact moment you secretly fired the gun. You used the attaché case as a screen. You seem to enjoy making up convenient stories, Mr. Prosecutor. But you've missed something. What have I missed? And everything you've said is just a hypothesis, a theory. Flags flipping in the wind, using the case as a screen. Security plans were modified because I can't move my neck. You got no decisive evidence. Yeah, it'd be great if you had the bullet that hit the balloon. Then you could examine it, see if the ballistic markings match my gun. But that bullet's probably at the bottom of the lake. Finding it would be real tough, right? Big two commitments, but it's this he says. There's no decisive evidence. There's no proof. The only thing you can do is shut up, so do so. Miss Swift. That's it. She speaks. We need to get a new testimony. Hey, lady. You got something to say? Never mind. There we go. I thought so. Nicole. Don't be afraid. The truth will escape if you let that man intimidate you. You're a reporter. A journalist, are you not? I will not remain silent. Better consider your position. Use your head before saying something you'll regret. I forgot the #1 rule of journalism. Journalists must not tell lies. You can't call it a scoop if it ain't the truth. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm sorry. I've been hiding this the whole time. I used this laser pointer to aim at the president. That's all I did. I never fired the gun. You stupid woman. If you testify, you'll be admitting you're an accomplice. I don't care. I'm gonna tell him everything. 3 days ago, I was covering an event at the Zengfa embassy. Then some of the president's men called me over. They said if I cooperated, I'd get an exclusive interview with the president. And the gun in the trash? I really don't know. All I was told was to come wearing a red hood and to aim a laser pointer. I never thought it would snowball into all of this. I'm really, truly sorry. Nicole, thank you. This was a testimony worthy of the courtroom. This is sufficient testimony to verify the fake assassination plot. A lot of you're all a bunch of mindless morons. It's a shame. If only you had been able to usurp the investigation as planned, you would have been able to silence this young lady. So tomorrow's headlines now read Fake Assassination Plan Exposed, Becomes a Murderer. Right? I can't believe that you do something so horrible, pal. I admit nothing. The President? Knightley, that's enough. We have no chance but to admit it. So, Mr. President, you admit that you planned a fake assassination? Yes, I admit it. I'm sorry. But why? Why did you have to do this? My approval ratings in Gen 5 has fallen. I wanted to appeal to them as a strong president who survived an assassination. But in the end, it was just a lie, a stupid lie. And the bullets in the bulletproof vest, prepared earlier, it's not fired today. But we still got a murder on our hands. But what about Mr. DeKiller? It seems our plan was leaked. Someone wanted to make this fake assassination real. That's why DeKiller wore the red raincoat. He would impersonate the culprit from the plan in order to approach the president. There's still one thing I don't understand. What's that? Why did Rook die? His death was not a part of the charade. And yet it really happened. Yes, why was his life taken? Ethan was an outstanding bodyguard. Even though he wasn't from my country, he had my utmost trust. I wouldn't think that having the trust of a cowardly president meant that much, honestly. Hey, that's the same sort of bond between me and Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, pal. I wouldn't put it that way. Did Rook know of your plan? Not the exact details. I asked him to cooperate, and he refused. I should have listened to his advice. Yes, indeed, I wouldn't have done all this if I had known. You're being too dramatic. What? Rook was just one piece of the president's defense. Knightley. It's not as if he cooperated with your plan. I did. He ran away, taking whatever dignity he had left with him. Good riddance. I know you're a valuable bodyguard, but still. I don't have time for this, sir. I'm the team leader now. There's going to be a lot of charges now that the chicken's gone. After all, adaptation is the most important principle in chess. I knew you always wanted to be the team leader. But isn't this a bit imprudent? I'll orchestrate even more perfect plans, just like this one. You definitely have ambition. But wasn't your perfect plan today a failure? If it weren't for you and that idiot Rook, it would have been perfect. What did Rook do? If he hadn't died, the killer wouldn't have had threatened me. And you wouldn't have never set foot in this plane. Knightley, how can you say such a thing? Yeah, he died trying to save you, Mr. President. Maybe he fulfilled his lifelong ambition. He died protecting the president. Huh? But the assassination was fake, right? Of course it was, but you need to listen closer, little girl. Remember the guy who wanted to make the fake assassination real? There were 2 gunshots at the time of the incident. The first was as you said, I shot the balloon. But the second one wasn't me. So who fired the second shot? The real assassin? It wasn't a killer. He intended to attack the president with a knife, not a gun. The lucky winner was the hidden queen. Or should I say, the lady in the coat over there. Eh? You're accusing me, Nicole, pal. I ain't no assassin. Really? I don't believe you. The gun that was left in the trash, that was yours, right? I shot the balloon and entered the plane with Rook and the president. Rook waited in the cabin while I led the president into the security room. When I came out, Rook was already on the ground. The bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we were escorting the president into the plane. The shot was fired from the gun you found and in the trash. So you're saying that you don't know exactly when the victim was shot? A knight's job isn't to protect the rook. It's to protect the king. What he's trying to say is that his job was to protect the president only. It's over if you lose the king. Checkmate. That's the first rule of chess. If you let your pieces get taken right in front of you, you're not likely to win. But I did win. Look, the president's safe. Don't claim victory when the game has only just begun. So he did die in the cabin. Why did you do that? The assassination was supposed to be fake. There were a lot of guests milling around outside. Wouldn't it be bad if the president, who just escaped an assassination, was seen lounging around and drinking grape juice? Imagine the headlines. What was the victim doing at that time? How should I know? I was with the president inside the security room. Anyway. Weren't you both carrying bulletproof attaché cases? Yeah, when Rook noticed the laser pointer, we opened up those bad boys and became the president's shield. You're telling me the bullet slipped through the space between your shields. Are you claiming that Mr. Swift has such precise aim? No, if she was targeting the president, I wouldn't say her aim is precise at all. So the bullet was off target and just happened to hit the victim instead? Through the tiny gap between his bulletproof vest and case? I don't want to believe it either. But they say the truth is stranger than fiction. Rook was hit by a 1 in a million shot. And you have evidence to prove it. I'm sorry, wait. Hold on a second. 2 shots were fired from here. Is that important?
Hold it!
So the second shot wasn't part of your plan. That's right. She did that on her own. If you think about it, wasn't she desperate for a scoop? I'm a journalist. I ain't no murderer. Well then, who was the one who joined the plan in order to get exclusive coverage? It's just like you said. I orchestrated this fake assassination attempt. She was the only supposed to aim the laser pointer. Guess it wasn't enough for her. She prepared her own gun and took aim at the president. She probably thought she wouldn't get caught if she went on and shot me too. Knightley fired the first shot, and then Miss Swift fired the second one. In other words, Nicole also had a gun. I never thought she was the type. Without any proof, it's just pure speculation. Then bam! Let's present some evidence! Am I presenting the fact that it fired 2 shots?
Objection!
This case, I think I mentioned this before. This game might be a little bit harder because of the fan translation aspect of it. That it might be a little harder to figure out what is, where the logic is going, for mistakes in translation. But I don't know. I think they do a pretty okay job. I think I wonder if it's the same team that translated before the game went to the Switch, the prequel series or prequel game, because I saw that one played through, and it made sense. So so you shot the balloon, and Miss Swift shot Rook. Is that really true? Can't see it any other way. The gun we discovered in the trash was fired twice. The number of gunshots don't add up. Why don't the gunshots add up? Simple. This gun is fake evidence left behind by the real criminal. Fake evidence? Think about it. The criminal planted this for a reason. By finding the gun, we'd assume that the assassination was on the audience. In order to make us believe that the gun was used by the assassin, the gun needed to appear as if it had been fired twice. I get it, because 2 shots were fired during the incident. However, we proved that the bullet that hit the balloon did not come from this gun. Therefore, I have my doubts as to whether this gun also took Rook's life. Here it comes. You're packing some serious heat. Enough with the song and dance. You've come this far. Go ahead and say it. I won't just say it, I'll prove it. The one who really shot Rook is...
Take that!
It's very clear he doesn't like him. Horace Knightley, you murdered Rook. I finally said it. Knightley, you couldn't have. The killer wasn't the only one who took advantage of the fake assassination plot. You intended to murder Rook and claimed he was a victim of the assassination. Once the president had entered the security room and the door to the plane was closed, only the victim and Knightley would have been left in this room. And at that moment, you fired a 3rd bullet directly at Rook.
Objection!
3rd bullet. Ha! Only 2 gunshots were heard. The numbers don't match up.
Objection!
The plane's walls are soundproof. If the door was closed, the gunshot would not have been heard outside. But wasn't the president in the next room? That's true. The president may have heard a gunshot. Mr. President, did you hear a gunshot? I didn't hear any gunshots. But weren't you watching this room through the security cameras? Wait. Is that what broke the monitor? Is there a bullet back there? Cameras in this room aren't usually turned on. I turned on the power after I entered the security room. So you didn't turn on the power immediately after entering the room? No, actually, What is it? He's not being clear. Mr. President, focus. This is vital. That is, Please! I was hiding under the bed, covering my ears. What? But you knew the assassination was fake! It doesn't matter! I simply hate the sound of guns! The terrifying sound. I just can't help it. That definitely ain't going in my article. Nicely. You saw the president hiding under the bed. Furthermore, you could tell if the security cameras had been turned on by looking at the monitors. In that moment when the president wouldn't hear the gunshot or see the room, you had the chance to fire the 3rd bullet at Rook. Knightley, did you really? You deceived me? You really think I killed that moron? That's cold, Mr. President. Have a little faith in me. The bodyguard who's risking his life to protect you. I want to believe you. I really do, but I just don't get it. Why are you suspecting me alone? There's still the possibility that she's the killer. This gun is not the murder weapon. The number of missing bullets makes that clear. Maybe it was one short to begin with. Ever think of that? What? Maybe it already fired a shot yesterday or the day before. And the second shot was fired today, the one that hit Rook. Well, isn't that just the perfect excuse? Excuse? The possibility exists. You can't deny that. That's right. I can't deny that. You need decisive evidence. I need the bullets, which I'm going to find in that cabinet. Evidence so decisive that it makes my heart stop and logic crumble. You got something like that? Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do anything? At this rate, Nicole will... Mr. Prosecutor? It's true, I did an awful thing for a scoop. But I never killed nobody. I could never do a thing like that. Decisive evidence. If I could prove that the murder weapon was Knightley's gun. Proof it was his gun. If we can find the bullet that took Rook's life, we can determine which gun fired the shot from the ballistic markings. If you've got no evidence, then we're done talking.
Objection!
Hold it. What? You don't seriously have decisive evidence. Naturally. That's a big joke. Well, come on now, show us. What's the so-called evidence? Bullets that took Rook's life. That's the decisive evidence I need. This evidence. Do I have it? I do not have it. I don't have it. Okay, it's game over, man. However, it is somewhere in this room. What? The bullet that killed Rook pierced through his body. So where did the bullet go? Earlier, you explained it like this. The bullet that took Rook's life pierced through his body and then hit the vest. That's right. It would be dangerous if we hadn't worn that bulletproof vest. However, now that the fake assassination plan has come to light, we know that the bullet in the bulletproof vest was prepared earlier. So then, where did the bullet go? Interesting. Very interesting. Do you have an answer? I do. It's asking me, but it's telling me to present it.
Take that!
In this room, there's one thing that's clearly missing. Something missing. You sure it's not your brain? I'd like you to look at the rack of security monitors. Ah! It seems you've noticed, Mr. President. Among these images of the plane's surroundings, only the feed from the right side of the plane is absent. That's what's missing. A single monitor. Mr. President, there was originally a monitor here, wasn't there? That's right. Why is there a stuffed toy now? That must have been put there to hide the empty space where the monitor used to be. Why is the monitor missing, and where did it go? Why? Undoubtedly because it was hit by the bullets. In order to make us think that the bullet really hit the bulletproof vest, it would be a problem if another bullet hole was discovered. So then where did the monitor go? Where? It should be hidden somewhere inside this plane. There hasn't been a chance to dispose of it outside since this was shot. Detective Gumshoe, search this plane. Roger that, sir. President Huang, you said extraterritorial laws apply to this plane. I will allow it. There is no problem. I just want to know the truth of Rook's death. You think this is a joke? You always like this. Rook this, Rook that. Detective, you have his approval. Go ahead. Mr. Edgeworth, I found it, sir. Good work, Detective. Now let's extract the bullet from the monitor. If I do this here, and then do that. Got it! Well, it's definitely stained with blood. I'm certain this this is the bullet that killed Rook. This is the bullet that will crush your arguments. The decisive evidence that blows a hole in your logic. If the ballistic markings on this bullet do not match the gun found in the audience area, Miss Swift will be cleared of suspicion. What's wrong? Cat got your tongue. Detective, we need to examine the ballistic markings. Send the gun and bullet to forensics. Roger. We should be able to find clear markings on this bullet, sir. There are so many people around. Now then, let's listen to the forensic report. Reporting! First, the blood on this bullet matches the victim's blood. So this bullet really did take Rook's life. Also, Horace Knightley's fingerprints were found on this gun. Knightley's fingerprints probably came from when he took all of our evidence. The real issue is the ballistic markings. If the markings don't match, Miss Swift will be cleared of suspicion. And the bullet's ballistic markings match this gun. Oh, shoot. What? They match? What? No way! There's no mistake. The bullet was fired from this gun. What? Huh. That's strange. Looks like I was right after all, naturally. Wait. What if he swapped out the guns while he had all of our evidence? Do you really think you had me cornered? You misread the board. The one who's been cornered is you. If ballistic markings match the gun, there can be no doubt the bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the audience area. Who could have used the gun? Not me, because I was on stage. But what about that lady reporter in the audience? All the evidence points to that young lady as the assassin who killed Rook. Well, it's your move, Mr. Prosecutor. Where did you find this gun again? And which gun fired the bullet? At least we know. It ain't me. This can't be happening. The President and I have admitted to the fake assassination plot. Now it's your turn to admit who the real criminal is. That doesn't make Nicole the criminal. Don't get riled up, Kay. Let him have his say first. After he's done, it won't be too late to begin our counterattack. All right, Mr. Edgeworth. No, that's...
Objection!
Didn't you say it earlier? This is the decisive evidence. Well, how does it feel to have a hole blown through your reasoning? The ballistic markings match the gun we found, so... Does that mean Nicole really was the shooter? I'd like to believe otherwise. But he's got the decisive evidence on his side, sir. Indeed. How should I proceed? The Miss Swift isn't the ballistic markings should not match. Thoughts, Kay? If the evidence is impossible, then maybe we should doubt the evidence itself, right? Doubt the evidence. Nicole's definitely not a criminal. So if the evidence says that she's a criminal, there must be something wrong with it. You seem awfully sure of yourself. That's Great Thief's intuition. Intuition. Still, it's quite possible. Above all, Miss Swift doesn't seem like the type of person to tell such elaborate lies. In court, the evidence is everything, and yet here I am doubting it. Which evidence do I doubt? I doubt the gun. If anything suspect here, it can only be the gun. The bullet was discovered just a moment ago. Couldn't have been tampered with yet. Did Knightley have a chance to tamper with the gun? Yes. Yes, he did. There's just gonna go through all of this. That's it. He could have tampered with the gun at that time. There's no doubt that this gun is the real murder weapon. In that case, the owner of this gun is... Knightley?
Take that!
He must have switched the guns. Without a doubt, this is Knightley's own gun. Okay. So this is me saying no, it wasn't. But I don't have proof of that yet.
Hold it!
I'm just assuming stuff. Knightley.
Objection!
You're the one who should hold it. You proved it yourself. Don't tell me that you're going to betray your own logic. Bullet stained with the victim's blood, so it's clear it took the victim's life. And the ballistic markings match the gun we found in the trash can. Nice, nice. Your face betrays your thoughts, Mr. Prosecutor. Just right, you'll get away. Now that you've got a firm grasp on reality, it's time to take the next step. The link between the gun and the bullet is clear. So... gun.
Objection!
Knightley, you fiend. You switched the guns. The gun that matched the ballistic markings was yours all along. Interesting choice of move you made there. The switch occurred at the time you seized the evidence. When we were arguing with the President over the investigation rights, you detached the laser sight from the gun found in the audience area and attached it to your gun. Then, when you returned the evidence, you gave me your own gun. Did I do that? So what you're saying is that I knew you'd want to examine the ballistic markings? Indeed. Staying one move ahead of your opponents. Isn't that the fundamental rule of chess? I'm glad you feel that way, Mr. Prosecutor, but you're giving me too much credit. Besides, can you even prove I pulled the old switcheroo with guns? So the gun happens to be the same model as mine. Pure coincidence. But take a closer look. Only one of them has a laser pointer attached to it. Check the number of bullets left in the chamber. Only 2 shots fired, see? There's no evidence that I switched the guns, right? Giving you too much credit. That hardly sounds like something you'd say. Guess I'm just more modest than you. Well, except when I'm in front of a chessboard. But we're not in front of a chessboard. It's too bad. Don't use that as an excuse later. I didn't lose the game, I just couldn't find enough evidence. You're the one who should have an excuse ready. You didn't beat me at chess, you only found the evidence.
Hold it!
You attached the laser pointer to the gun yourself. Yeah, prove it. Show me the evidence. Oh, well. You can't go around calling people liars without proof. Didn't your daddy teach you that? On the point, I've got evidence on my side.
Hold it!
Something's been bothering me for a while now. off the chamber of your own gun. My woman here? Now that you mention it. I've been firing it off for a while now. Every time he fires, he reloads the gun. So there's no way to check its status from time of the incident. That's it. In order to switch the guns, he would have needed to reload the bullets. Knightley is barehanded, and he had no time to put on gloves when the switch was made. Well, I think it's about time for you to resign. How about it, Prosecutor Edgeworth? There's no evidence that I switched the guns, right? I don't know how to present that.
Objection!
There's an edit. There is, show to me. We know there is, pal, don't we, Mr. Edgeworth? There's no time for another investigation. I can only use what I have right now. Think, consider all the possibilities. If you got something to show, let me know. Evidence that Knightley switched the guns? Does that even exist? There's no evidence that directly proves that Knightley switched the guns. Yes, we know for a fact that he did. If he didn't, there wouldn't be no explanation for the ballistic markings. We need to carefully consider the meaning and evidence linked to his testimony. The truth must be there. I don't know what it wants me to present to get to the bullets. Okay, I should present this instead. Coincidence, you say. Or perhaps it was simply bound to happen. Which was it, pal? His bodyguards needed to use them to protect the president. And no matter how you slice it, that lady is a total amateur with guns. It was necessary for both of us to use revolvers. A revolver? Like the one Knightley's carrying? Why would it be necessary? It has a simpler mechanism, so it's easier to use. Something along those lines, probably. When you gotta get the job done, or if you're new to this sort of thing, there's nothing better. Truth is, I thought it was pure coincidence all along.
Objection!
Okay, yeah. Just supposed to present it at the time that he asks for the evidence. That evidence is this. You call that evidence? Prosecutor Edgeworth, you're trying too hard. Certain traces were left on the gun. Traces that prove this gun belongs to you. Show it to me. What kind of piece you got? A rook? A bishop? Better not be a pawn. The traces Knightley left on the gun are... You left your fingerprints on this gun.
Objection!
Fingerprints? Ha! That should be expected. I handled the gun earlier when I seized your evidence. Of course my fingerprints are on it.
Objection!
But what if the fingerprints are in a place they should not be? What? That's not possible. Allow me to show you. There's one place where your fingerprints should not be. This piece of evidence will deal the final blow to your king. Here, Detective Gumshoe, please have a look at the cylinder. 2 shots were fired, sir, but where would the fingerprints be? On the bullets. You made the switch when you seized the evidence earlier. However, if all you did was switch the guns, you would have been found out right away. That's because the number of bullets fired by the two guns are different. The gun found in the audience area had fired 2 shots, sir. Then what about Mr. Knightley's gun? He fired 2 shots at the balloon when he was on the stage. And later, 1 shot to kill Rook. 3 shots in total. Not counting the number of shots he's fired since then. And after each of those times, you would reload the bullets. Tell us, Knightley, were you wearing gloves when you were doing that? Officer, in your report earlier, where were Knightley's fingerprints found with the gun? Sir, the prints weren't just found on the outside of the gun. They were also found in the bullets as well. If all you did was handle the evidence, why would your fingerprints be on the bullets? That's... With this, it has been proven that you switched the guns. The gun which fired the bullet that took the victim's life. It belongs to you, Horace Knightley. You're the one who stole Rook's life. You are the true assassin. I'm... Checkmate. Are those samurai dogs that just... I should have been made the leader. Me! Rook, that piece of scum. If it hadn't been for him, I would have had complete control over everybody. My assassination plan, it was perfect. My plan was perfect. Detective Gumshoe, if you please. Roger that, sir. Edgeworth! This game isn't over yet. Do you hear me? That's enough. The rest of this game will continue in the courtroom. You have my gratitude. You exposed a murderer amongst my bodyguards, and for that I am truly in your debt. As soon as he stepped outside the plane, he reverted back to his king-like persona. Some time ago when I proposed the fake assassination plan. You want me and not Rook? Rook declined, so I'm asking you. What do you say? Alright, let's do this. I'll come up with a perfect plan. I can even use that guy as a chess piece. When Knightley said that, his eyes were overflowing with hatred toward Rook. Frankly, I was quite anxious about asking Knightley instead of Rook. Now that I recall those events, you probably sensed the anxiety in my countenance. Perhaps that is what gave him the impetus for murder. Mr. President, if you had not orchestrated that fake plan, this would not have happened. That is your sin. A sin that won't disappear. Yes, you are absolutely correct. You have my sincerest apologies. I too must bear some responsibility for this. Even so, I am most grateful to you. I thank you for solving the mystery of Rook's death. I am scheduled to stay in this country for this long. But if any of you ever wish to visit the Republic of Zhangfa, you will always be welcome. Oh, Lottie! Thank you, thank you, thank you! I'm so happy for you, Nicole! You got set up as the suspect for the murder. Still, your involvement with the fake assassination plan remains a fact. You will have to submit to police questioning later. You should know that. There's still a possibility you may be charged with some crime. Yeah, I know. Sorry about all this. I understand you want to catch a scoop, but there's a line that should not be crossed. I hear you. I promise to reflect on this. We did it, Mr. Edgeworth! That was awesome. Prosecutor Edgeworth solves presidential assassination attempt. It's gonna be big news. Big news. Mr. Prosecutor, would you mind telling us how you feel about solving this case? That was certainly a quick change of attitude. No comment. Aw, don't be so ornery. The reason is because this case is not over yet. Huh? Not over? What do you mean, sir? It shows that this case is not over yet.
Take that!
The killer's card! The killer still hasn't carried out his request. You mean killing the president? I hope this doesn't turn into a larger incident. An assassination attempt on the president of Shangfa. News of this incident spread across the entire country. The mass media also hounded me as I began to prepare for the trial of Horace Knightley. Everyone had seen the news and everyone was talking about it. However, amidst the commotion, nobody noticed that the game had only just begun. Do we have a, Does that mean that we have an overarching plot? There he is. So usually I say stuff about the case after I've solved it. I like the chess, what's the word I'm looking for? Allegories? Chess illusions and allegories and such. That's fun. Logic chess looks like that's going to be a thing now for these cases. It's going to be the gimmick, so to speak. All of the games have a new gimmick, except for I guess the third game in the trilogy did not have a new gimmick, because like the first game was the first thing. It taught you how to do all the things, like the investigation and the trial and all that. The second had the psyche locks. The third also had the psyche locks, and it didn't really have anything outside of that. And then this the first game of this introduced logic, and now this is logic chess, which is alongside that. And then, of course, the sequel of the trilogy has its gimmick, which you'll see in due time. But yeah, man, a lot of running around. I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't play it again. It is interesting to see Shelley the Killer again. He is a big deal, and I cannot remember. I mean, I didn't even remember that he was in this case. I barely remembered he was in the game, but I'm pretty sure that I just saw a picture of him or something as he appears in this game. So, but yeah, just that introduction. I like that Kay came back right away. You know, it wasn't. They didn't hold her back for the first case of the game, because sometimes they do that with beginning cases. They're like, oh, let's hold off and make sure that they teach all of the gimmicks and whatnot and all of the gameplay. But everybody's here, and the game has begun, and it seems that it's the beginning, so that's nice. It's not jumping back and forth, because remember, the beginning game was actually the beginning case of the last game was actually the fourth event overall. It was very confusing. So hopefully this has a better chronological order here. Yeah. It was interesting. It was interesting. I don't really know what to say. It was long. Maybe that's the problem. It was really long for a first case. Like, I'm looking at the timing here on my recording, and this part of the recording has gone on for a long time. So I don't know whether it's because of translation issues or what, or maybe it's just going to be this way for this entire case, where the parts of the cases are just longer. So I guess we'll find out. So my opinion about this case might change depending on how long all of the parts of the other cases are. Because not that I don't like, lengthiness of the case, but I don't know. There's comes a certain point where I'm just like, oh my goodness, where's the break point, you know? And I'm sure you guys are thinking that too as you're watching it. It's like, oh my goodness, like 2 hours of gameplay. What is this? Yeah. Well, next time we have the imprisoned turnabout, and we'll, I guess, meet this character who's silhouetted here, and find out what can go further as far as if Shelley the Killer shows back up again, if Knightley's trial is referenced. I don't really, like I said, I don't remember this game at all, so we will find out soon enough. But until then, I hope you've been enjoying this newer upload, and I will talk to you guys next time.